Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel, Lady D. So this will be my reading for the collective for the week coming up, and then next week I'll do the reading for the full moon that we've got coming here. Okay, so we're going into the first week of 2023, so exciting. So we've got the conjunction that we do have a Mercury retrograde, which happened today on Friday the 30th. So for me, I'm already started today with the Mercury coming into retrograde. And it's going to be in Capricorn. So if you're someone who's very organized, very structured, likes routine, you're probably going to find this retrograde very annoying. Or if you're in Capricorn, probably it's not going to be great over these next 3 weeks. So average when Mercury is in retrograde for about 3 weeks. So we also might find around the world with governments and certain institutions may wind back things or change things. There can be miscommunications. We always say it's not a good time to really sign contracts. So we're already going into this new year with some planets. We've got Mars in retrograde. We've got the Mercury retrograde, and we've also got Uranus in retrograde too. And let me see, we've got, yeah, that's the ones that are in retrograde. So we're coming in, so it may not feel like a new year, it may still feel like 2022. But what's this year going to bring up for us? And this week, we do have the conjunction with Venus happening with Pluto here this week. So this is going to bring about, it's going to be about like flash decisions. You might want to make a decision just on a whim to do with relationships or even finances. There could be mind changing, or maybe a little bit indecisive with this too, or wanting more from relationships, or you might have like a there could be, I would just wait to make any harsh, rapid decisions unless it's in a bad situation because I feel like these things can come up this week, and especially the new year coming up here. In 2023, I do feel like it's going to be about breaking ties, change for the better. And we might go into it, and it could be some things that happen where we think of disastrous. But I feel like the things that are going to come in are going to impact changes, which are going to be for the better. I feel like hidden secrets will be revealed, and I feel like it's going to be about the collective not to be controlled. I feel like we're looking at back at love because we also have a Venus retrograde in Leo, which is going to be a great impact too later on in the year. I feel like this year is going to be about spiritual growth and reconnecting to people. So people may come back in your life this year, and clean up from the past, and don't be skeptic. I feel like as well is going to be a big thing about 2023. I also feel like too with Mercury retrogrades, people from the past, friends or past people from the past do come back. I always find someone comes back from the past. Um, that as well could very well be to the funeral that I have to go to next week. Um, Someone could come back, but yeah. So also with the planets that I want to say, the star signs that are going to be affected the most this year will be Capricorn, will be Aquarians, will be Pisces, Aries, and also Taurus. And if you've got your moon, if you do know your moon sign in any of these star signs, you could also be impacted as well. I say that because the planets that make the most energy shifts, that make the most moves, are going to be on that half of the zodiac. So, people that are born until the end of Capricorn or beginning of Aquarius, you guys are going to have Pluto hit your sun. So, when I'm doing this, I'm more talking about planets hitting your sun. So, this is the next, I always print off of my chart. And I just read the transits off you for each week, but this is my chart. So, when we're looking at your sun, so my sun is in the 12th house, so my 12th house. And whenever a planet hits your sun, it's affecting your life. And these can be big things that happened in your life. I know back when Neptune was came to the end of Aquarius, it was actually when I started to feel spirit for the first time. So big things can happen with certain planets coming over your sun. So when we've got Pluto hitting your sun, Pluto is, I was listening to someone on the radio the other day and they were like talking about this big transformation. Yeah, it's a transformation, but it depends what this transformation can be. So I have known this year a lot of Capricorns. um, that have gone with this transit and different things happen to them. I had a friend who's, and it depends on your age too, because when we're dealing with someone who's younger, obviously the transit may be in a different way to someone who is older. Um, like, for instance, when I had Neptune over my moon, is when my parents had built a house at the Oaks, which is like in the country here in Australia. So I moved home. So it was dissolving the home. But someone else that could represent someone passing away in a home, perhaps. So we don't know how these are going to play out. So when we're looking at Pluto, so again, people born at the end, so at the last degrees of Capricorn and the first degree of Aquarius are going to find this transit over. So you expect something this year or even 2024. It is a slow moving planet, and sometimes it can happen before it hits the sun, during, or just after. So you might find there could be an ending of a relationship. I had a friend who, when she had this transit, for her relationship ended. But then someone else that I knew, they had um, they were older, so they had a parent again who was older who had passed. So there's different things too. My friend that I'm going to a funeral with next week, the person who passed was a Capricorn, and it would have had this transit. So it can be an ending of some sort, and there will be a beginning that does happen with it of some sort. Perhaps the person that, that I just spoke about. Let me just get my drink. That did have um, some passings, but then have had a grandchild. So there was a new beginning. Pluto to me is like the phoenix. It's that I always say it's the bushfire that goes through the rainforest or the bush, but you go back after, even if you go back like a week or two after the fire's there, there's a regrowth that happens. Um, so there is a Pluto is about it is about an ending, some sort of death or transformation, but as a transformation, it comes with it too. So there's a change there for you. Then we've got Saturn. So Saturn, so if you're in the last part of Aquarius, so like for instance, so the last quarter of Aquarian, so you could be February, I'm going to estimate around February 10 um, onwards. Oh no, because I just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, around February 10, 11, you would have at the moment Saturn over your Sun. So for in Aquarius. So this can be problems over your life. So Saturn, when Saturn hits your sun, it's a bit Saturn is problems. That's how I read it. It's problems. So by March, it moves out of Aquarius. So it is going to hit my sun in March. So I'll have some sort of problem will come up for me. The only thing is it's going to move fast. So the lucky thing is that if you're in that last part, it's going to go quite fast over, and then it'll be into Pisces by the end of March, which is a good thing. So if you're in the beginning of Pisces and at the after March, you will have Saturn hit your sun. So yeah, it brings about problems, Saturn. So it's that can be a bit problematic for you. And as it moves along, as it moves off the sun, obviously things get better. It is a bit of a faster moving planet than Pluto is, which is a good thing. As I said, for me, it will go off quite fast. We have Neptune. So if you're around the 15th, 11th of March in Pisces, you're going to have Neptune over your sun. So Neptune, I read Neptune as dissolve. So Neptune over the sun means something in your life will end. Unlike Pluto, where, as I said, it's big transformation and things somehow come back in a way, some sort of renewedness comes back. It sort of comes back in a different way. With uh, we've been dealing with Neptune. I see this as dissolve. So because it could be a job that you finish a job, this could be a relationship ending or dissolving in some way. This could be about a moving of a house. Any sort of thing that sort of acts as a dissolving energy can come in. Another thing that you might feel with Neptune over your sun is that you might feel a bit foggy. You might feel like you might just feel a bit foggy, not knowing where you're going. Direction is you can't see a direction, and also can be very psychic. So something, as I said, when Neptune hit my sun many years ago was when I started feeling spirit. They like the tingling and yeah, like the tingles, and it went on from there many years ago. Now, for those in for Jupiter, so Aries. So for those in all of Aries, you're going to feel the luck of Jupiter, the energy of Jupiter, which is luck, it's abundance, and that's from now until late May. It will go through that star sign, which is good. Jupiter, I like, it's luck. Whenever I have a client, I always sort of see where Jupiter is to get them where the good stuff's happening to tell them. So, and then if you're going to be in Taurus, the first part of Taurus, first half of Taurus, you will also feel Jupiter this year after May, and it will give you luck. So, as I said, I feel like Taurus out of everyone will have the best year this year. So, Tauruses, you also have Uranus um, in your star sign. So if you're on the this year from the 10th to the 14th May, roughly, you're going to have Uranus hit your sun. This is going to be unexpected. So this will be unexpected, unusual. Once I had a friend who had that. She brought a four-bedroom house, and after she brought it, she actually didn't know that she brought a five-bedroom house. After she brought it and they were moving in, she saw a door and she wondered where the door led to, and it was another room. So yeah, so it can be unexpected, which I feel like can be a positive thing. You know, we don't know what we're going to get, but I feel like it can be quite a positive. We can get unexpected money, unexpected abundance, something unexpected wherever it hits your chart. And we've got Chiron. So if you're in the beginning of April, your birthday, around the 3rd to the 5th, even more of April in Aries, there you've got Chiron going through your star sign. Chiron creates, I call it emotional pain. So you might find that life at the moment is going not not great. Um, they say Chiron's a wounded healer, but it's something that never gets healed. So we obviously, where it is in your chart, if you know the house, then it will affect your house. So I'm just going off the sun signs with this to give you a little bit of a horoscope for those star signs that we know will be directly affected by those planets there. But I do feel like Tauruses, you will have the best one. And how those planets deal with the collective, I have addressed in my 23 video, which I'm uploading. Okay, let's do some cards for the week. I'm going to use my new cards. So I have Alice in Wonderland cards here. So let's have a look where we go. Let's have a look here. Um, and a big thing that we do have also, we do have the Mars, which is going to go retrograde in Leo. This, no, sorry, Venus retrograde in Leo this year too. So I'm excited. I am excited for 2023. Let's have a look for the year of the. We're going to do the year. We're going to do the week ahead. Week ahead. Look, I feel like don't be anxious, because we've got these retrogrades, you might be feeling a bit anxious, and I feel like just try not to feel anxious. Try to have a knowing. You may feel like a bit odd, like you stand, like people don't understand you, or that you think differently, or the way that you are is a bit different. You might even learn something new this week. It could be a thing about learning something new, but I also feel like it's about embracing the year ahead and incoming like changes. But I just feel like this could be as learning something new could be could be coming up um, for the week. There could be someone around that's a bit of a smarty pants that really feels like they know all an aspect of not wanting to miss out. Could be a week where you're having to do all the bit of a hard work and you're very dedicated, and there's no reward coming from it, um, coming for it. Just trying to get. So it's like this card here standing out to me, where, in the movie where the man he helped the other one catch. I think it was the pippies, the seafood, and then he ended up having none to eat. So I said you might be very dedicated and work very hard, but the reward may not be what you um, what you sort of want or what you sort of can expect. Okay. And I always feel like too, it's about not having your eggs in one basket. I feel like it's important this week to not change up your plans. Have a plan B. When we're dealing with a Mercury retrograde, we want a plan B. We don't want to have too many eggs and too many things in the run the run basket. Um, so I'm just now they're getting these new decks now getting lazy. They're giving me the same card in the decks, similar cards. So I'm just going to mix it up. So every time, no point having the same card out. There could be a big announcement coming in this week. I feel like we're looking at family too. There could be an issue as well where you're having to stand up to people who are a bit bossy. Because I feel like there could be an aspect where, again, like miscommunication, but also people wanting to be a bit bossy. And it could be an aspect where you're trying to really stand up to that person and tell them sort of what's what. And it is about you're trying to, it also could be about you're trying to shield someone else from something or having a protective energy too with someone. Um, but I feel like communication is going to be a big thing this week. I feel like people are just trying to find their way, trying to embrace the year ahead, as good or bad as it may be. And I do feel like it's over obstacles. And I feel like it's about this week or this new beginnings, I guess, for the new year, just to try to embrace life, and embrace every day, and whether or not I always remember the in the movie where they used to celebrate the unbirthdays because because you have your birthday on one day and it was your unbirthday on the other days, and they used to celebrate their unbirthday. So celebrate each day, have a tea party, go out. I feel like have fun, especially on the last day of the year. I always say on the last day of the year, do something that, makes you happy, whether it be the favorite, have your favorite meal, or go to the movies, just whatever you want to do that's going to make you happy. On the last day of the year, I feel like it's very important to do that, just to end the year on some sort of high or positive, no matter how good or bad the year's been. So I feel like that's a always a good ritual to do, and it's something that I try and do every year. And it could be a block, and I feel like this is to do with love. So you might also find this week there could be some sort of roadblock, and we're looking at relationships or love. And just I feel like the key is to be patient. I feel like we just need to be patient and let it come to us. And I feel like sometimes it can be quite stressful, but I feel like you just need to let certain things slide. But I do feel like there's some sort of announcement or big communication, and you may have to stand up to someone who's been a bit mean, bit bully, because she's standing up to the Queen of Hearts there. So I'll just get a channel for you for the week ahead, and then we'll do the 4 card spread that I do. See. This week is going to be a busy week for you all flown into the new year. Even though the calendar year says it's the 2023, it's not actually the proper year. And you'll all soon realize that. And this is all going to make changes for the calendar years ahead. There will be great changes in the 2023 for you are all going to be expected. This year will be a challenge as well as exciting, bringing exciting new things. For this week alone, it is going to be about embracing new, embracing your life, and embracing challenges that are ahead. You can all learn from different people and different things in different situations that are going to arise this week, but embrace these challenges and embrace these learning experiences, for you all need them to grow for the upcoming weeks ahead. Okay, and then I'm just going to do my angel deck here. Let's have a look. We'll do the 4 cards. Okay, let's have a look. Card 1, 2, 3, 4. Card number 1, this card here. So this card here, I get again, it's about embracing life, embracing the challenges. Things when that your life can be a bit chaotic. I do feel there could be miscommunication happening, and it's like you're waiting for the new year, you're waiting for new things to come in, but also you're embracing yourself and embracing for what's to come ahead. It is things are starting to clear. I do feel like even though you're a bit tired of waiting, I feel like by February there's going to be something spontaneous and something new coming in for you with this card. Card number two, which is this card here. With this card here, I feel like this week you're doing work on your higher self, or you're doing some sort of spiritual work, or some sort of spiritual awakening is coming up here with this. You might be feeling the blue standing out to me, so there could be a thing about communication, or even feeling a bit down or feeling a bit blue. But it's like, I feel like just try and cheer yourself up. I feel like you need to spoil yourself this week and you need to open up. But I feel like there's a lot of spiritual work coming up for you this week, too. And I feel like you're there for everybody else, but you need to give yourself a bit of a rest and a bit of a pat on the back for everything that you do for other people as well with this card. Card number three, which is card here. This card, there could be an aspect of someone, there could be an ending of some sort this week coming up for you, or someone moving on or going away for a while. There's this is also a time for you to take some time out, some rest. I do feel like it would be good for you to go out in nature this week and to ground yourself. I feel like there's new things on the horizon, and I feel like they're going to be positive and exciting things coming up for you this year. And I feel like don't try not to worry too much, even if things don't look the best at the moment. I feel like by the end of the week, things are going to look a bit more clearer for you. And I just feel like this card is about having your heads up, cheer up is what I feel. But I feel like it's a bit of rest, and there's something going to be revealed to you. Something that's not quite clear will be revealed to you, I feel like by next Friday. This card here, I feel like this card is about celebration. We're having high energy. I feel like maybe you're going to go out, you're going to have fun. You might even have some like a magical week. I feel like it's quite a positive card. There is an aspect I feel like of dancing and just having like a really good time. There could be some changes happening around the home. Maybe you're planning on doing some renovations or some changes coming up around the home that I feel like. But I feel like overall, I feel like this is a very positive card. I feel like you're very much looking at stars and wishes being fulfilled. But I just feel like you've made it through 2022. You're pumped up for what's the next year's going to bring for you, and I just feel like it is a positive card for you. Okay, so happy New Year, happy 2023. I hope you all have a really good New Year's Eve and whatever it is that you're doing. So I say always try and do something that you like doing on the last day of the year because it's the last day of the year and treat yourself. And I'll leave it there and I'll see you for my next video. So hope you all do well and I'll see you for my next video. So bye for now.